YouTube ad revenue. That's kind of the thing that everybody talks about. I imagine the pandemic pushed a lot of people into finally starting that YouTube channel that they've been talking about forever, on top of all of a sudden having tons of free time and no social life, being locked indoors all the time, to the stimulus checks probably only being good for buying some camera equipment and not much else. I imagine tons of people join YouTube looking to make that kind of their new side income source of revenue, maybe the thing that was going to blow them up into a millionaire. There are a couple of things that I have to say in this video that will kind of bring you down to earth. Being honest, I did not join YouTube for the revenue. It's on my long list of goals that I want to have to start earning ad revenue from YouTube. But honestly, there are a couple of reasons why it's not my main goal. Really, becoming monetized on YouTube is just something that's going to tell me that I've started becoming successful, that I've started getting more followers or more people paying attention to my content, or that I've just gotten better at making content. Thus far, that hasn't happened. So how does YouTube ad revenue work? Well, basically, there are some requirements in order to become monetized on YouTube. What that essentially means is YouTube will not monetize you just for setting up an account. I wish it were that easy, trust me. What you have to do is obtain 1,000 subscribers, which is fairly easy, and 4,000 watch hours within a year. Now, that last one is hard. Trust me. My first channel that I've been doing for like 2-3 years now, I'm stuck at like 745, 750 watch hours. It is very difficult to build up that many watch hours, especially if you don't make good content. But the purpose of that is essentially to make sure that YouTube is not constantly paying people to put advertisers on crappy videos that aren't going to get any clicks. Because basically the way it works is if I am monetized and I get 1,000 views on a video, YouTube is going to give me a certain percentage of their revenue from ads. So if Ford gives them $1,000 in order to advertise on a ton of different people's videos, I'm going to get a very, 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 very small fraction of $1,000 paid out to my account for every 1,000 views that video gets. Reason being, my video is going to show Ford's ads throughout it. So Ford is basically paying to get their advertisements on people's videos. Now, let's talk about that 1,000 view thing. So basically the way YouTube ad revenue works is you get a very, 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 very small sum of money for every 1,000 views that you get on a video. Now we are talking cents here for every 1,000 views. I only have like a couple of videos on my main channel that even have 1,000 views. So basically that's one of the biggest reasons why it really doesn't matter in the beginning about like getting monetized and all of that, because even if you were monetized and you're only getting like a couple hundred views per video in a month, you're not making any money anyways, because they pay out per 1,000 views. So that 1,000 view number is called CPM. And it's basically the amount of money that they are going to give you per each 1,000 views on a video. And it's an average. So that CPM number is very, very important to whether or not you're actually going to be successful on YouTube. Basically, the way it's decided is based on location. So the United States actually pays out less than places like Maldives. There are a couple of places in Europe that pay, more or less than the United States, but the United States has a fairly low CPM. But the biggest thing that decides what your CPM is the niche of your videos. And what I mean by that is a finance YouTube channel like this one is going to have a different CPM from a tech YouTube channel like my first channel. Those two traditionally have a higher CPM, but we're still talking about a couple of dollars compared to like a couple of, cents in other, smaller niches. The reason for that is that the kind of logic behind it is a tech YouTube channel is traditionally going to attract people who are also in technology. Those people who are in technology traditionally have higher incomes, so they're going to spend more money on things that they see in ads on YouTube videos. So if I see a Ford truck and I'm like, a part-time plumber, I'm not likely to be buying that brand new 2022 Ford truck. If I am watching a tech YouTube channel and I'm also in tech, I might have the disposable income to buy that 2022 Ford truck. So Ford is going to pay a little bit more money to YouTube, which means YouTube is going to pay us a little bit more money to create videos. Finance, also a little bit higher, because people who are watching finance videos traditionally know a little bit more about finance. They have a little bit more money. all that to say, we're really scrabbling over a couple of cents, a couple of dollars every 1,000 views. So if you're never going to reach that 1,000 view mark, you're really not getting paid that much at all. CPM is confusing, it's opaque, and there's not a decisive CPM for each niche. You're going to get an average for your channel, and they're basically just going to hand you a check and say, if you don't like it, you can quit. And that's why YouTube, at least the ad revenue part, is not a great source of income. However, the way that your favorite YouTuber probably makes their money is not on ad revenue, especially if like gaming or something like that with incredibly low CPM. The way that YouTubers make money is by leveraging their audience to buy other things. So they have sponsorships on their channel, like NordVPN, which everybody has a sponsorship with Nord. NordVPN will pay different YouTubers a certain amount of money to do a ad read or something like that in the middle of the video. And they will get way more money from NordVPN or other sponsors to do like one video. And it really doesn't matter how much or how well that video does with some sponsorship deals. All of these are deals that the creator themselves will actually, negotiate on. The other one is, fairly basic. It's like products. If I've got a merch line or something like that I lead you to and you buy my merch, that's obviously completely separate from YouTube, but you're buying my merch and I'm getting cuts of that after, the printing fees or whatever on the merch. And that's a lot more money than you're going to make on normal YouTube. Then there's affiliate income. Just like with all other social media, you can use YouTube for affiliate income. And if you do it well, you can actually make a lot of money. But we're talking about kind of, with affiliate income, I'm not the biggest fan of it because you really do have to get lots of clicks on some high ticket items to make a lot of money on it. But that's why people in the photography niche in particular, they make a ton of money off of affiliate income because they're selling high ticket items to people who are very likely to actually buy them based on their recommendation. A professional recommendation on a camera lens is going to get a lot of clicks from people who can afford camera lenses. But a finance YouTube channel, I don't know, I could probably sell some books or something like that, but I'm not going to make just tons of money off of it. So that's how traditionally YouTubers will quote unquote make it. It's really not the ad revenue, but the final kind of thing that people make a lot of money on is using YouTube as a marketing strategy for a platform or an application that they've built. So if I've got a paid for community like a Substack or something like that, or if I've built a web application, I can use YouTube, being the second largest search engine on the internet in the world. I can use YouTube as very good marketing, especially if I build up a lot of subscribers or I know kind of like a good technique to go viral, then it can be a fantastic marketing platform to kind of push your new app or push your new paid community like on Substack or something like that. So that's how people really build wealth on YouTube. It's not through ad revenue. There are people who are making millions on YouTube who only make, a couple $1,000s, if that, per month off of ad revenue. Take Simon, can't pronounce his last name, but he's built an awesome SaaS kind of community around his YouTube channel. I believe his last breakdown said he only made like $3,600 or something like that off of ad revenue, but he's making tons off of the marketing that he gets from YouTube by putting videos up. So I don't want this to discourage you to not do YouTube. You should do YouTube if it's something that you're kind of passionate about. For me, it's just kind of a new way to put out my research and talk about things and kind of build a community around the stuff that I'm eventually going to build. So I'm going to fall into that latter category of people who build things and use YouTube as kind of a marketing or kind of research arena for the products that I'm going to build. But all I'm really cautioning against is don't use YouTube ad revenue as like your ultimate goal. If I never get monetized on YouTube, but I build up a good following with some good marketing capabilities, I don't really care. That's going to be where I really put bread on the table anyways. So definitely don't depend on ad revenue. It's not worth it. You're only making a couple of cents. I mean, it's just not worth it to depend on that as your primary source of income, even if you do end up making it big. I hope this was somewhat informative. If it was, I do videos like this pretty much once or twice, 3 times a week, something like that on this channel. So if you like this kind of stuff, if you like all things personal finance, this is the place to be. hit the subscribe button, bell icon, all of that, you know the drill, and hit like in order to kind of inform YouTube that, hey, this is something that should be blasted out to the world. Take it easy. Peace.